The town of Morrison is moving forward without its police department. This week, the mayor finally answered questions about that decision to contract out to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office.
9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez joins us live from Jefferson County this morning. Brianna, the mayor in Morrison says it was ultimately money that led to this decision.
Yeah, the town wasn't making as much revenue with those speed cameras that they had around the town of Morrison. So ultimately it hurt their budget and also their police department. So starting January 1st, in just a couple of days, we know all those 911 calls from the town of Morrison will be going to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. So the Sheriff's Office will be working directly with Denver, Red Rocks, but there won't be much of a difference since the Sheriff's Office already responds to crimes at that venue. According to the Morrison mayor and the Sheriff's Office, conversations to disband the Morrison Police Department date back to October, 1 month before Chief Bill Venelli was on administrative leave. Morrison mayor, he wasn't clear if the chief's actions played into the department's disbanding. He also didn't go into detail concerning why the chief was put on leave in the first place. We know Sheriff Reggie Marinelli with the Sheriff's Office said taking over calls for the service will have little impact.
The safety of our citizens throughout Jefferson County is not going to be in jeopardy at all. Morrison citizens are still Jefferson County citizens. They always have been, always will be. Bottom line is, when it comes to the city of Morrison, we have precincts that are right up Highway 74, our mountain precinct, and then we have our south precinct. Reality is, our deputies can get there rather quickly.
So we know the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, they won't be taking in those Morrison police officers, but they're encouraging them to apply if there is jobs available here at the Sheriff's Office. We know those officers, we know it's 9 officers at the Morrison Police Department. They will be getting also a severance package. And again, that merge will start January 1st. For now, I'm live here in Jefferson County. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
All right, Brianna, thank you. The race to replace Democratic Governor Jared Polis in 2026 is already happening, at least behind the scenes. In a very early poll, Healthier Colorado asked 630 Democratic and unaffiliated voters about their preference for governor between 4 Democrats: Congressman Joe Neguse, Colorado Secretary of State Jenna Griswold, U.S. Ambassador to Mexico Ken Salazar, and Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser.
We based the candidates that we tested in this poll on rumors around town, which sound flimsy, but I can assure you are based on credible leads.
Top this very early poll with 20%, Griswold 16%, Salazar 11%, and Weiser 8%. 37% were undecided. None of those candidates have said that they are actually running. Healthier Colorado did not do a poll on Republican contenders. Democratic Governor Jared Polis won re-election to a second and final term by nearly 20%.
In Wisconsin, the Madison community will come together today for a vigil following the latest school shooting in our country. 3 people, including the suspected shooter, died. Several others are in the hospital this morning. Madison police say they brought in the father of the suspected shooter to see what he may have known. Right now, there's still no clear motive. In a rare case, police say a 15-year-old girl was the shooter. Natalie Ruppnow, who went by Samantha, is suspected of killing a teacher and a student. She was a student at Abundant Life Christian School. Police say she died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. 6 others were hurt, 2 of whom are students now with life-threatening injuries. Police say it is not clear whether the shooter targeted the student and the teacher who were killed. Right now, they're looking into a document about the shooting that is now spreading on social media, but investigators haven't yet confirmed if it's authentic.
Well, there are new developments in the shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. In just a few hours, the suspect is expected in court for an extradition hearing. Luigi Mangione remains behind bars in Pennsylvania this morning. Initially, his lawyers said that he would fight being brought back to New York to face murder charges. Now it appears he could waive his right to contest extradition as soon as today. Mangione has added a high-powered New York defense attorney to his legal team.
This morning, we're learning Derek Chauvin's legal team can examine George Floyd's heart tissue in a challenge to his federal conviction. The former Minneapolis police officer and his attorneys are using a Topeka, Kansas doctor's opinion that a heart condition, not Chauvin's knee on his neck, is what killed George Floyd in 2020. Chauvin argues that his original attorney, Eric Nelson, did not tell him of the doctor's opinion during trial and that Nelson never had the heart tissue tested. If this impacts Chauvin's federal conviction, it is not clear if it would also impact his state conviction for Floyd's death.
New overnight, the head of Russia's nuclear defense forces is dead. Leaders in Moscow say that Igor Kirillov was killed by an explosive device that was painted in a scooter near an apartment. This comes after Ukraine charged Kirillov with using banned chemical weapons during Russia's initial invasion of the country. A spokesperson for Russia's government describes the death as a, quote, irreparable loss.
It's been nearly 1 month since the mysterious drone sightings began in New Jersey. Now the FBI says it's gotten more than 5,000 tips across the country. The agency says it's only checking out about 100 of those reports. Officials say many of the reports appear to be normal, commercial, private, and government air traffic. The White House and other law enforcement agencies continue to assert none of it appears to be illegal activity or a national security threat.
I can't rule out the fact that we might find some sort of illegal or criminal activity, some nefarious activity. All I can do is tell you that right now, we see none of that. In fact, quite the contrary. Our assessment is that these represent lawful activity in drones.
The FBI and New Jersey police are asking the public not to shoot at suspected drones. Videos have also shown some people from the ground pointing laser pointers to the sky, which can blind pilots. We do have some breaking news this morning. Aurora police have detained 14 people after a report of a home invasion. This happened at the Edge at Lowry Apartments off of Dallas Street, north of the Community College of Aurora's Lowry campus. The report came in around 2:30 this morning and said the suspects were armed. Officers say their initial investigation suggests several suspects entered an apartment with 2 people inside. They moved those people to another apartment where they were threatened and tied up. One man suffered a minor stab wound. Those victims were eventually released and they called 911. Aurora police are questioning the 14 people they detained. The department says it will hold a briefing at some time today. We'll be right back.